The weight of cold blood. Welcome to Midnight Whispers, Horror Stories. Rain always has a metallic taste when you're heading out to kill. It's as if the sky is trying to wash away the sin before you even commit it. They promised me this would be the last one. Kill the queen, the master told me. Tear the core from her chest, and you'll be free. Your debt to the Brotherhood will be settled in her blood. Free. I've been a weapon for so long I'd forgotten what that word even felt like. But destiny is a cruel storyteller. When I reached the inner sanctum, the air didn't smell like sacred incense. It smelled like a slaughterhouse. Others had arrived before me. Creatures made of smoke and spite. Chaos erupted. The ship, my only way home, began to burn with a fire that even the ocean couldn't swallow. I woke up with the taste of salt in my mouth and a stabbing pain in my side. I was dead. I had to be. No one survives a wreck like that. But then, I felt a strange warmth. A soft blue glow, like moonlight caught in a jar, was emanating from hands that weren't mine. It was her. My target. The monstrosity I was supposed to be paid a fortune to end. She was there, wounded herself, her skin torn from the battle on the ship, using her fading strength not to flee, but to knit my flesh back together. She looked into my eyes. There was no hatred. Just a sadness so heavy it made me look away. This is the moment. It's so simple. One quick motion and the mission is over. I take the core, find a way off this rock, and finally, freedom. I raised the steel. The gray sunlight glinted off the edge. But my hand, which had never missed a strike, felt like it weighed 1,000 tons. Days bled into nights. The silence on that island was louder than any battlefield I've ever known. I tried to hate her. I tried to see the demon the Brotherhood described in their scrolls. But all I saw was someone who, having the power to let me rot, chose to save me. At night, the faces of those I've killed came back to visit. The master always said that counting your victims was a weakness. But that night, under that alien sky, I felt something burning hotter than the wound in my side, guilt. For the first time in my life, I felt a dim light inside of me. And it terrified me. Because light is the only thing that lets you see the stains on your hands. She didn't speak my tongue, or so I thought. But she didn't need to. In this forgotten corner of the world, I was no longer a mercenary, and she was no longer a queen. We were just two shipwrecks trying not to be swallowed by our own ghosts. The past never stays buried, especially when it has a signed contract attached. The master didn't track me down out of concern. He found me because the core is too valuable to be left on a beach. I see the island has made you soft, boy. The blade has rusted. Finish the job now, or you'll be the one feeding the gulls. I looked at the man who raised me. The man who taught me that compassion was a design flaw. And then I looked at her. She, who gave me a tomorrow I didn't deserve. No, I said. The word sounded like a crack of thunder. I leveled my blades, but this time they weren't pointed at a victim. They were pointed at my own history. We fought. It wasn't a duel of honor, it was a dance of shadows and hate. We sailed toward the ruins of her kingdom. A cemetery of stone and magic drifting on the ocean. She needed to return to release the souls of her people. I just needed to make sure no one ever touched her again. As she summoned the spirits of the fallen, I understood the truth. The core wasn't a source of power. It was the memory of an entire race. And I, the man who only knew how to destroy, was now the guardian of those memories. I've seen many fall. I've caused the end of 1,000 stories. But today, as the sun rises over these ruins, I've decided that mine won't end with a blade in a throat. The rain has stopped. And for the first time, I'm not in a hurry to get anywhere. Subscribe to Midnight Whispers. Don't let the darkness find you alone.